Your first love is something that you never truly forget as much as you're able to move on and go about your life. There's just always that lingering thought in the back of your head, those memories rather, and it's not something that you take very lightly, but it's something that's always there, and eventually you start to wonder whether or not that'll go away. And truly, it does once you find the right person, and you just have to stay patient and understand that, the previous person was just not the one for you, to put it simply. But that said, it's still there regardless of where you currently are. And it's hard to understand that at times, but you just have to trust that the situation will get better. It's easy to dwell in the moment, and you feel like you devoted so much time and energy towards that person that you should have, I suppose, lasted with them and became something. But that's not always the case. As much effort as you give to someone, you're not always meant to be with them. And that's kind of how I felt back in high school, with my first love. And I don't remember exactly at the time what it meant to me when I was writing this, but I did want to share it with you guys as I came across it today. So, a year and a half ago, I was offered the chance to take a vacation. I was promised my delicate mansion wouldn't be burned down and collapse to the size of a molecule. Something in me knew the architect built the mansion to fail. I trusted you with the keys anyways. I left the door wide open for you to come in. I even opened a couple windows. I decided to venture off to an adventure of a lifetime. The first month was calm, then it started to rain. The mansion could take that. While on my vacation, I took an opportunity to learn and strengthen my relationship with the beach. There came many rainbows, but it always showed an ending. As my eyes ventured down the rainbow, the colors got darker, almost foreshadowing something. Eventually, there came a flood that broke the soil beneath the house till it collapsed. The door was broken with no key to be found. On the beach, I felt the sand beneath my feet begin to sink. I started moving towards the horizon, but I sank more, moving in the wrong direction. This continued for about an hour. My head was now below water, my eyes shut. I remembered the pictures in the house. The books titled, I didn't remember. I also saw myself, one of my 100. It reminded me of my prized possessions at home. I felt as though I had to lock it up one last time. I regained the strength to swim and get to shore. I quickly got home to find the pictures drifting in the water, turning red like the blood in the Nile River. I came home to lock something that was now broken. I called out your name to see if you were okay. You responded with yes. How are you after my most cherished possession had been broken? I think you asked to distract me from what was to come. We didn't talk after. The next month, I noticed more keys in the sewer. I looked but couldn't find mine. I noticed you with a key that looked desperate, like it needed an owner. It wasn't hard to notice which household it belonged to. What was funny was you threw it back in the sewer. I then saw you climb through the back window instead in an attempt to not be seen by neighbors. A few noticed, a few ignored, and a few told. In all of this, only one person would show me how to build a stronger house and show me that it is meant to be at the top of the hill. It's been a few weeks now, but I am rebuilding my mansion and looking for a rainbow that doesn't end. So yeah, I ended up writing that back in high school, after a breakup, and just so much happened. And that, what I read just now, it's not something that everyone will necessarily understand. It's going to bring about different meaning to you guys, and I hope it brings about the right meanings for you. That's the best thing about writing and words. Its interpretation is not always the same to everyone, and there's power in that. But I think one of the main points that you should take away from that is rebuilding your mansion, just understanding that you're on solid ground, that you have a foundation in which broken items can be rebuilt. And once something gets broken, you find its faults and mistakes, and you just try not to make them again, You try to understand the situation for what it was and the mistakes that were made, and just be a better person for it. Don't stay sinking in the sand, build your mansion on a firm foundation. And you have to trust that everything will get better and that you will someday find that right person. And it's not necessarily, something that you have to dwell on that person you used to know, because truthfully, oftentimes it's only after the breakup or the loss, the hurt feeling, that you have the realizations of the true feelings and thoughts. But in the moment, it's hard to recognize that. You see the person for who you want them to be, and at a certain point, you're not as honest to yourself as you could be. But that's okay, it's normal. But when it's all said and done, there is a lot to be taken from it. It's not something that you should feel heartbroken about. It's something that, yes, you will feel down for a certain period of time, but you shouldn't stay in that hole longer than need be. You have to climb out of the hole and make a life better for yourself, and take lessons that the situation gave you. Because at the end of the day, you have to love yourself first before you can be loved, You just have to trust that the situation is one that taught you something and will make you all the better for it. So hopefully, in sharing this, you guys took something away, whether it be a lesson, or to know that someone has been in the situation that you're currently in. Hopefully you guys will comment something down, just for everyone else to see, and I'll definitely respond to it when I can. And I hope that other people respond to it as well, so that you're not alone in the situation, because many before you and many after you will sadly be in the position. But it's not something that you should feel bad about, because it's something that will strengthen you, strengthen your mind, strengthen your heart, and it's something that connects us. So hopefully I can connect with you guys, and thank you for watching this, and subscribe.